I often get emails from the partners of sufferers of retroactive jealousy. Typically, their letters go something like this. My partner suffers from retroactive jealousy. I'm so glad they found your website and bought your book or took your course. My partner's finding it very helpful. I want to support my partner as they progress through your program. Do you have any advice for me? I've often felt hesitant to offer advice to these readers due to the fact that A, it is the sufferer's problem to solve, not their partner's, and B, I never had a partner who suffers from retroactive jealousy. It has taken me a long time to collect my thoughts on this topic and sit down to write this post. I hope you find it useful. Without further ado, please consider the following if your partner suffers from retroactive jealousy. Number 1. Your values might be incompatible with your partner's. Some sufferers of retroactive jealousy eventually discover that their values are genuinely incompatible with those of their partner. And of course, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes, once the initial passions have subsided and the ability to think clearly returns, sufferers of retroactive jealousy realize that their partner's past is actually a deal breaker, or whatever you'd like to call it. This might be a result of conflicting religious or moral values, or simply differing relationship priorities. If your partner comes to the conclusion that they simply cannot deal with your past, try to look past the pain and see the situation for what it truly is. You just got saved several more months or even years of heartache and pain. And the relationship would have absolutely dissolved sooner or later. So sooner is obviously probably better. More often than not, however, your partner's jealousy and struggles with your past are the product of an emotional disorder rather than a genuine moral incompatibility. And more often than not, after discovering retroactivejealousy.com and putting my plan into action, sufferers of retroactive jealousy make the decision to work on themselves and get their problem handled while remaining in their current relationship. If your partner chooses to stay with you, please remember that, number 2, retroactive jealousy is your partner's problem to solve, not yours. As I advise sufferers of retroactive jealousy, there is nothing your partner can say or do which will ease all of your insecurity and put your jealousy to rest. Nothing. As the partner of a sufferer of retroactive jealousy, you might be used to being questioned about your past relationship and/or sexual history, perhaps incessantly. It is important for both of you to recognize that there is nothing you can say, no conversation you can have with your partner, which will solve their issue with your past. It doesn't matter how many details you do or don't provide, or what exactly happened in your past, or even how you see your previous relationships now. Your partner has a problem that cannot be solved by you in any way. Only your partner has the power to do the necessary work to get their issues handled. You are not the solution, but that is not to suggest that there is nothing you can do to support your partner as they heal. Try not to indulge your partner in conversation about your past relationships and/or sexual history. Emphasize that these conversations have become tedious and counterproductive, while at the same time, number 3, try to cultivate presence as much as possible. Sufferers of retroactive jealousy often feel like captives of an imaginary past. They may experience thoughts, worries, and fears about the past as if they are real, but in truth their perception of the past is a hallucination. You can support them as they emerge from this hallucination by being as present as possible, whenever possible. The more you can make it clear to your partner that you are interested in living in the present, recognizing that neither the past nor future exists, the more your partner will recognize the necessity to quit dwelling on the past. But I am not suggesting that you disown or disregard your past entirely. I am suggesting that conversations about your past and your lingering connections to the past are probably not helping your partner as they try to overcome their jealousy. You can support them in this process if you make it clear, through your lifestyle choices, your outlook, and in conversations with your partner, that you want to live in the present, not the past. Help your partner recognize that living in the present is, in fact, the only option available to both you and your partner at any time. And finally, number 4, give your partner space and time to heal. If you've seen my video course, you know that I advocate constant self-improvement and personal development as a crucial aspect of overcoming retroactive jealousy. This involves many different practices, exercises, and activities intended to be completed outside of the relationship. If your partner wants to put my plan into action, they are going to need some space and time away from you. Nothing drastic, but I do recommend that sufferers of retroactive jealousy prioritize taking time for productive and rewarding activities and exercises that do not involve their partner's participation. Relationships often thrive with a little distance. That old cliche, absence makes the heart grow fonder, is a cliche for a reason. It's true. You must recognize that taking the time to pursue independent interests and activities outside of the relationship is not about creating emotional distance between you and your partner. Because your partner needs to take the necessary steps to ground, heal, and move on from retroactive jealousy, recognizing the infinite possibilities for happiness, growth, and true fulfillment, both in and outside of the relationship. I recommend that you respect and honor your partner's need to take some space and not worry that it will negatively impact your relationship. If your partner follows the program I advocate and puts in the necessary work, I'm confident that this time and space will serve to repair and revitalize your relationship. In conclusion, I hope you and your partner find the peace you are looking for very soon. Visit retroactivejealousy.com or click the link in the description to learn more about confronting and overcoming retroactive jealousy.